Imagine growing a plant that produces a tuber that when you eat it, it helps you lose weight. That plant actually exists. This plant is known as Yacon, and it's time to harvest and divide in gardens right across Australia. Now, you might have heard me rave about this plant before. It's an absolute ripper. The Yacon is an absolute iconic plant. Interestingly enough, it's what we call a herbaceous perennial. It basically goes to sleep during the winter time and springs to life in spring and grows very strongly through summer. But it's autumn when you actually dig it up and start harvesting those beautiful tubers that are so good for you. The plant has the unique ability to grow tubers, but it also produces rhizomes. And it's the rhizomes that will be the plants for next year, and the tubers which will go into the kitchen. The plant also grows from stem cuttings as well, and they're easily produced by placing in a pot full of potting mixture. Now let's talk about these crazy tubers. They are so good for you in so many different ways. The first thing you need to know is the name. Well, it comes from its Peruvian origins. The translation is something like ground apple, and that's because when you eat these, you eat them raw. So give them a wash down, crunch on them, and they're crunchy and crispy like an apple. In fact, the texture is probably a cross between a pear and an apple. Now, just one of these little tubers per day has an incredible effect on your body. They're a good source of an insoluble fibre, so it builds up in your gut, and this improves your overall gut health. Not just that, it's also got a polysaccharide in there that is not absorbed into your blood. That is a kind of sugar, and it binds with the existing sugars and it takes them out of your system. Over a long period of time, the great benefit of this is that you end up losing weight. In fact, you lose about 1 kilo per month for, well, to the time that basically your body meets its natural equilibrium, when it's really happy between its fat and its sugar levels. This is great for people who are sensitive to very, very sweet things. It is sweet to eat, but it's incredibly good for you too. Growing the rhizomes is easy. All you do is place them back in the ground or in starter pots and place them somewhere nice and warm. Doing that now is important, as they won't grow a lot during winter, but they will be established enough, and of course they can be planted out as soon as the warm weather returns and days are over 24 degrees Celsius. And the news just gets better. This plant is almost indestructible. It's so easy to grow. It has very few pests of any consequence. It loves a bright, sunny position. It needs free draining soil. So if you're in a heavy soil, grow it in pots. It loves growing in nice big tubs, and you'll end up with heaps of these tubers. Now, as I said, this is one of those plants that is so good for you. It's not easy to get your hands on, but I spoke to Dave and Chloe at Garden Express and asked them for a super deal for Garden Guru viewers. Garden Express, it's your one-stop garden shop. You can shop them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they deliver direct to your door.